Let's talk some.
All right.
One
So-
second.
Okay. So everyone in here, put you a bunch of questions. We got questions from people from online, from all over the world.
We're on right now, right?
We
Hi,
are.
everybody. How you doing?
All right. So you wanna?
Let's go.
You
Let's
ready?
do it. Let's do it.
All right. We got one of these questions.
Okay.
What is your favorite pastime?
Other than music, I'd say my favorite pastime is camping. I like camping. I like fishing a lot. So I did a lot of that before all this happened. I live in LA now, so I can't really do much of it. But I have plans of like doing the Yellowstone and all that stuff. So I'd say camping, fishing, just outdoorsy kind of things. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Good answer.
Next question.
Okay. This is from Katrina, who I'm assuming is from Asia because she says, do you have any plans to come to Asia?
Yes, we will be going to Asia actually shortly. So we'll be doing some stuff out there for a little bit. It's going to be cool. Looking forward to it. I've definitely never flown that far. So like little flights can scare me sometimes, So flight across I think it's the water that scares me because like I don't know. I feel like if the plane's gonna go down like over land, I can at least land somewhere. But like when you're over an ocean, it's like there's nothing going on out there. And no one's coming anytime soon. So, but yeah, I mean, other than the flying, I'm really excited about it. I've got a lot of fans that have messaged me and sent me stuff from over there, and it's gonna be cool to go out there. So yeah.
Awesome. So what's the furthest you've gone?
Canada. Well, no, I mean I've been all over the U.S. But so I mean I haven't flown overseas yet. So I mean that's something I wanted to do, and I get to do that now. So I'm excited.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. This is from Amanda from Wolcott.
That's me.
Are you in here?
Hey Amanda.
Yay!
I'm good. How are you?
What is your favorite band to cover?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh boy.
My favorite band to cover, I'd say I have three. Ben Harper is probably my number one favorite to cover. Iron and Wine. We started doing this new cover by Iron and Wine. It's called Naked as We Came, so it's like one of my favorite songs. And I'm working on a new cover by a Mumford and Sons cover. So I'm working on it, but it's I just kind of started messing with it, and it's really hard to cover songs sometimes. Simply, especially having been on Idol. It's just I didn't do many covers before Idol, and going on the show was just all covers. So I try not to mess with the integrity of the song too much, but I try to do it my way a little without ruining the song. So those would be my three picks right now.
Awesome. Okay. All right, we'll take another web question.
Hi, Web.
Well, I like this one. What's your favorite late night snack?
I actually try not to eat too late because I just do. But if I had to if I'm craving something, I'd say my favorite thing to snack on. Ooh. I'm a really big fan of goldfish, to be honest with you. I like they're so good. Like you can make soup and throw them in there. You can just eat them like chips. They're so great.
Hands down, Parmesan is the best.
I'm not a Parmesan fan, but I will say
Okay.
anything in the Cheez-It goldfish family, I'm a big fan of. Yeah, the white cheddar Cheez-Its. I mean,
It's so good.
it's great. Yeah, and I'd say that, yeah, definitely goldfish. Because I have like 17 bags of goldfish in my cupboard. So, yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Thanks. I knew that was going to be a tough one. I'm glad we got that one knocked out.
All right, this is from Kim from Ansonia.
Hi, Kim.
You in here? Yay!
Hi. I like your necklace.
Oh, thank
It's a
you.
pick.
Yes.
It's great.
And I made it.
Did you?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
She'll make one of yours too.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Let's make that happen.
Some nice promoting right there. Do you play any other instruments besides the guitar?
I do. I actually played the drums well before I played the guitar, and I'm okay. I can play. I can hang, but I play the piano. I actually haven't played much of the piano in a long time, but I play the piano. And drums, piano, and guitar are my guitar, drums, and then piano would be the order in which I would say I'm decent at. But guitar is obviously my first passion. But I played the drums for a long, like I'd say like a year and a half, 2 years before I ever picked up a guitar. So that was the first instrument I ever got. Actually, the guitar was the last instrument I picked up, which is weird, but it was like drums and piano, and then I found the guitar, and I was like, this is it, you know, like, this is the one. And yeah, but the drums, I still actually have my old drums. They're lying around somewhere in my old house, so yeah.
Awesome. Let's see.
Got like a nice little trick-or-treating bucket over there.
I know. It's a little behind
No, it's festive.
the times.
I like it. Or ahead.
Ahead, you're right. That's true. Right, wait, this is a long one. This is from Susan.
Hi,
R.
Susan.
That's my mother.
From Newington?
That's my mother.
Oh, that's your mom.
Nice.
Is she watching?
No.
Oh, that's okay.
Susan's not watching.
Susan R.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, let's see. Since your winning of American Idol, has the process been all that you've thought it to be?
It's a big no. That's a good question. Well, you know, you go on the show and you do what you have to do, and you get as far as you get. And you know, I won my season, and you know, a lot of people think that it's just like cake after that, and it's actually Idol was the easy part compared to everything afterwards. It's not just a matter of, you know, making music, because if it was just a matter of making music you love, it'd be really easy, because I can do that. But it's you know, oh man, I could talk about this for hours. I think the hardest part about after the show is definitely dealing with. I gotta think about how I gotta word this. You know, I gotta be politically correct here. It's just people. There's expectations set for you, and by you know what the media and people that write would say are, you know, either past idols or other artists. So there's a lot of comparisons made between different artists and different people. And I think that for me, I mean, to be straight honest, I could really care less, like what anyone has to say about me as far as negativity or critics or anything like that. But that's definitely a part you can never really prepare yourself for, because you know you never know what people are going to say or do. You know, you put out an album, if it doesn't sell as many as you want it to, or if people, you know, expected a different sound from you. And it's just a really interesting thing to deal with, because you know, at the end of the day, I'm me, and I don't care if I sell, you know, 1 million albums or one. You know, I'm still going to make the music I make, and it's not going to change me. It's just, you know, I think a lot of people believe that it's just, you know, you go and you win, and all of a sudden, hey, there it is, and you're done, and you know, good for you, you know. But you can't ride. I've said it before, but you can't ride that idle wave too long. And you know, my goal in the beginning was to make music and do what I love doing. And through that, I've you know, going through that process, I've been able to do that. And you know, the best parts of it that I love the most are obviously performing live and seeing fans and stuff. Because if it wasn't for the fans, A, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, and B, whenever I play, every time I play, it's just an emotional connection that I have with the song, the music, and the fans. So I'm doing it for the right reasons. I know I'm doing it for the right reasons, and it's not, the process isn't everything I thought it would be. No, but I love the process. You know, even the bad parts are great, because it's all a learning experience, and I really learned to kind of adapt to it. But I mean, there's so much positive going on. You know, there's so many fans that reach out, and the shows are great, and I love the album. It's doing good. I'm just really happy to be doing what I love. And you know, I always try to remember what it was like, you know, before all this. You know, when I wasn't waking up and going to record or going to play a show, and it was punch in, punch out. And you know, everyone's got a job. And I'll say for the record, I think we've all heard that I worked at a paint store about 600,000 times.
Yeah.
And it always kind of made me laugh, because is this the short answer you wanted? Because
I mean, I love it.
it always made me laugh when I talk about the paint store. I'm just gonna say, like, outright, like, I didn't think it was a big deal. Like, it's like I worked. Like, everyone has to go to the job. Everyone has to go to work, and a lot of people hate their jobs. You know, I mean, if I counted every time I ran into somebody, and they're like, God, I have to go to work. Like, no one's like, yeah, man, I got to go to work. You know, this is great. You know, some people do, and so, but not many people get to do what they love. And so it was just funny to me when they would bring that up. I was like, yeah, I worked at a store. Like, you know, I mean, I guess it's because they, you know, needed a story or whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, I was just a regular dude that worked at a, you know, at a regular job like everyone else. And you know, I got my break through American Idol, and you know, I love the process. You know, to bring it back to the question you asked me, the Idol process was what I'll never forget. It was the hardest thing I ever did, but the best thing I ever did. I love every second of it, and I mean, I'm gonna do this for a long time. I already know that. Whether it be the way I'm doing it now, anyway, I mean, I'll always be playing music. You know, there will always be a show where I'm playing at, no matter what's going on. And I just love it. And I'm just gonna keep doing it until I can't do it anymore.
Well, everyone loves it.
That's right.
So,
That was a really long answer.
That was
Great. So let's talk about something else.
well, since we're on this topic, though, I just want to ask you my own question.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna
I love
pull out
questions.
my own question.
I love random questions.
Well, your new music that you've got coming up. I know that you have a new album, and I love Sweet Serendipity. You guys all know
Cool.
that song. We were all playing that in here before. Everyone was going crazy.
Yeah. I know that
So it's really awesome. And you were on Idol last week.
Yes.
Performed.
Beautiful Like You. Yep.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your new single?
Yeah, Beautiful Like You is a song that I fell in love with, and it's really a song about, for me, just about, I think a lot of people go through their lives and it's very easy to get depressed about things and very easy to get down on yourself about things. I do it, to myself, whether it be like, just anything, whether you think you're not, pretty, whether you think you don't, have as much money as this person, you don't have the job you want, or you're breaking up with somebody and you don't feel good enough. It's just a song about being able to open your eyes to a bigger picture, because there's really a lot more to life than fame. There's more to life than music, there really is. Music is my life, but at the end of the day, it's the people that love you and care about you that are going to be with you when it's all said and done. And it's really a song about just opening your eyes to that and realizing that no matter how bad a situation may be, and you may be like tunnel vision on this horrible thing, there's always people, hopefully, that are there to, be there for you, and there's always something better you can look at. It's like when it says sometimes it's hard to be yourself in this world, and it's hard to breathe, and it is, and I know that firsthand. Sometimes, I'm standing on a red carpet, or I'm at an event, or I'm playing a show, and there's all these cameras going off, and I'm just like, what the hell am I doing here? It's like what happened? Like, how did this happen? And honestly, I love it, but it's really helped me. I've been really big into like, just really keeping the things that are important to me and close to me, because, it really helps you get through anything you have to go through. But, I don't know. I just love the song, and I think that everyone has been there and can relate to it. And I don't know. I love telling stories through my music. I love, when people come up to me and they say, I was on the plane yesterday, and I was sitting, I was sitting somewhere, and I get this the stewardess brought up this letter from a girl that was sitting in the back of the plane. Her name was Haley, so I don't know where she is or what she looks like or anything, but she wrote me this note, and it was just this long page about how she's been through all these things, and I inspired her. And when I hear that, it's just like, it's like a choke-up moment. It's like, wow, like, this did something for somebody, and it just, it means a lot to me, and to know that I can affect people that way, because I'm affected just the same way by the fans and by the things people tell me. And so, I may inspire other people, but other people definitely inspire me too, So, I don't remember what your question was, but yeah.
I pretty much answered it. That was a really in-depth answer.
I've been like boxed in a car all day. I'm like ready to like talk. You got me on a good day, so let's.
All right. Well, we will keep going.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hi, everybody on the internet. The interweb,
Okay, let's see. Well, since you talked about influences with music, who was the musical influence that made you want to get into music?
Cat Stevens and Simon & Garfunkel, by far. Growing up, that's just, I've said it a lot, I guess, but I have the guy's lyrics on my arm, It's like, I was really inspired. I remember actually sitting in the living room with my dad, and we were actually watching Eric Clapton on TV. We were watching like one of his like live performances. When they used to do like the pay-per-view like live shows, and like everyone would tune in, and we were listening to that. It was blasting, and when it was over, I was like, let's put on some more music, and I was really young, and he was just like, well, what do you want to hear? And I saw the cover of Simon & Garfunkel, and I was like, who are these guys? Like, I'm so little. And he put on the album, and it was Cecilia, and I like instantly fell in love with that album. I was like, oh my God, who are these guys? Like, So I fell in love with them, and then I saw Tea for the Tillerman by Cat Stevens, and I was like, oh my God, like this music is awesome. So my dad's like, you like it? I'm like, yeah. So I got all their albums, and I just listened to them over and over again, and then I got into like Chris Christopherson and like just awesome artists. Tom Waits, just, you know, Elton John. It's just so many good musicians, and I just really became a fan of like storytelling through music and like harmonies and melody and just real true music, you know. And when that happened, you know, that's when I was like, I want to do music. And so for whatever reason, that's when the drums thing came along, and I was like, I want to play the drums, man. Like, I don't know why, you know, I don't know how that happened, but you know, I guess I was kind of afraid to play the guitar at first, just because like I'll never be able to do that. And I picked it up, and it just came very natural to me. And then I started writing my own songs, and they were really crappy at first. I had like one chord, and I would just sing something. I thought I was so cool, you know. And then I learned like a couple more chords, and every song I knew became those 4 chords. You know, it was just like everything. And so, but yeah, you know, that kind of music really inspired me, and it still does. I mean, I still listen to that kind of stuff, which is why I'm a fan of things like Ben Harper, Dave Matthews, Iron and Wine, stuff like that. And there's a lot of great artists out there. I just I'm really into real music. You know, I'm not into the dance beat thing so much. It's just not my thing. But you know, I don't know. That music really got me going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Were you, my own question again, sorry. Were you
You're being extremely rude today.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Sure, I'd be like really greedy.
I'm joking.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, now I don't even want to ask you.
I love you. No, ask. I'm just kidding.
Although I was just going to say, were you in bands, like, with your friends growing up?
Oh, yeah.
You did
That's an awesome question. I'm glad you asked that.
Well, I'm greedy, so
no, I'm just kidding. No. I was definitely in bands with my friends, and it was like, hey, man, you play the guitar, and I play the guitar, man, and I know a guy that plays the drums. So we started getting together, and I actually started in the first band I was ever in. I was just a singer, you know, and it was just like, it was garbage. But, you know, it was fun. We had a good time doing it, you know. And I love those guys. They're still my friends. And then, you know, after I quit, I actually quit that band because I was like, you know, I want to do something different. I want, like, my own style and sound and, you know, me being a little, like, I'm a musician, you know. And so I went and I signed to this, you know, a small little company, and we did some music. And I formed a band with them. We became really tight, and we made a bunch of music together. But I wrote all my music then, and yeah, I mean, I played with a lot of people. But there was a point in my life where I kind of like ditched the whole band thing, and I went like, I'm just going to do my own acoustic thing, because there's something for me really fulfilling about just being out there with my guitar, and I just feel like I'm in control of the situation. Like I can just do whatever I want. Like if I'm playing a song, I can go into this song, I can go into that song, I can do whatever I want. And so that kind of became my thing, and so yeah, I mean, I definitely played with quite a few people before this.
Awesome.
And I loved your question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Well, we have time for one more question. It's really hard to choose now. Let's see.
I trust you.
How about your question?
Your questions have been great. So
that was my question.
if you have another one, throw it at me.
Nope, because I'm not going to be greedy anymore.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let's see. What advice would you give to a young and upcoming artist trying to break into the music business?
Well, know beforehand what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. Because when you get into it, if you get far enough, you're going to run into things that you're not necessarily for. You know, like for me, something that I had to like tell myself going into even American Idol was, you can only control yourself. So what you do reflects who you are and what your beliefs are and what your morals are. Really, at the end of the day, I mean, the way you act and portray yourself is what people are going to think of you. And so, if you're not ready for that, if you're not ready to be under the microscope like that, it's a very you'll learn really quick. So. I'd say something going into it, first of all, the music is, I mean, if you're a musician, that's the easy part. You know, you can play music, great. But the hard part is be ready to hear no, like a lot. I mean, I did plenty of times before American Idol, you know, I mean, we're in a world of internet, you know, everyone's in a band. I mean, you go on any social networking site and just everyone's in a band. So there's a lot of competition out there, and there's a lot of good artists out there. Don't ever think you're better than anybody. That's another one. Like, don't ever think that you're better than anybody, because the minute you start using that as your driving force and you get cocky and arrogant about it, you're just an ass, really. I mean, you are. It's just, you know, music is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be you, expression of yourself, and it's not meant to be I mean, for me, I'm just talking for myself, but you know, just stay true to yourself. Like, I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. You know, stay true to yourself and just figure out right away what you're willing to do and not to do. If you're willing to go into a record label and have them tell you you're going to sing all these songs, if that's something you're ready for, go for it. Because lots of times, you know, that can happen. You go into a studio and you think you're a songwriter and you think you're going to do this and that, and you go in there and they're like, yeah, well, we're not going with this sound, we're going with this sound, and this is what you're going to do. I'm fortunate enough to where that didn't happen, and you know, my label's been great, and my management's been great with working with me. But you know, it's just there's a lot of people trying to do it, and it's really easy to give up when you think that, you know, there's no chance. And if someone asked me a year and a half ago, do you think you'll in a year from now you'll win American Idol, you'll be touring, you'll be playing music, you'll have an album out and all that stuff? As I was sitting in this bar playing a song, I would have laughed. I would have been like, no. You know, not a chance, because American Idol isn't something I actually was ever interested in doing. I was actually almost anti-American Idol for a long time until I realized I was, you know, because I was stubborn. I said, I'm going to do this my way, and and I'm going to do it how I want to do it. And, you know, the minute I kind of accepted the fact that, you know, there are other outlets and there are people there to help you, and things like American Idol, I think that shows like American Idol and American Idol are, you know, amazing. I know I say that a lot. Everyone knows that. But, you know, they are. Like, without American Idol, I wouldn't be here right now. And I will always appreciate everything they've done for me and what the show has done for me and the process has done for me. And, you know, again, the fans are a huge part of that. But, I mean, it's a difficult thing to go put your everything out there and then have people tell you no. Especially when you're up there just throwing yourself at the song or the crowd and people are just like, no. You know, it's really hard to deal with that. So just be ready for everything and, you know who you are and be confident in that, and, you know, just keep going at it.
Awesome answer.
Thanks. So we're done?
So I think we're done with
That's
the
it?
question part. Now it's yeah.
Hang out with you.
The real fun
Do a little hanging out.
We're going to hang out a little bit. Hey, everyone, thanks for watching. This has been great. I'm having a good time. Next thing you know, I'll be doing lectures, you know. I'll be like...